It's been 6 years since I joined the ranks of self-improvement social media, standing on the backs of giants such as Alex Costa, Alpha M, and teaching men's fashion. Back then, it was called something different, grooming and style, but recently it's taken on a new form with a new name, looksmaxxing, with certain characters leading this forefront such as Dylan Latham, Baby Stickley, but I think the leader at the forefront of this new wave was none other than Kareem Shammy, aka Syrianpsycho. I wanted to sit down with him, pick his brain, and compare this new wave of looksmaxxing and that of my older generation, and luckily I had just that. So this is my interview with K Shammy. What is up, everyone? We are here with the one and only looksmaxxing god, K Shammy, aka Syrianpsycho. What is up, bro? Thanks for jumping on the call. Brad? I'm good, man. How are you?
It's an honor. It's an honor to be here, guys.
Yeah, we're happy to have you here. You were just telling me before we started recording that you're like 10 minutes away. We could have been doing this in real life, but maybe that'll be part 2 or something.
Yeah. I'm sure this is gonna go well. So for sure we'll do it another time in person. But for now, we'll keep things convenient for both of us. Let's get this over with. And yeah, I know you have a couple questions, things that we're gonna be going spicy stuff. So
yeah, man. I think everybody's gonna find what you have to say very interesting. I feel like this new wave of looksmaxxers have like such a different mentality. Like we started YouTube like 6 years ago, and it was like kind of cringy to be like into looksmaxxing, and no one would ever openly admit that they're like into looksmaxxing. Do you think like why is this like happening that people are like getting behind this thing so heavily? Is it because like it's kind of a meme, and sometimes like the irony of the meme just like makes it funny and cool?
I think that people, apart from the memes, there's a true side to it. You're being constantly exposed to social media. You're scrolling through this content, and no matter how much you want to deny that looks matter, you can't. Like, you're seeing these people that are always good looking on your For You page, and it's for a reason. People favorite. They fall in line with people that look good. Unless you're doing funny content and whatnot, that's what you're going to be seeing on your phone. And as a result, when the looksmaxxing thing came out, it verified those subconscious thoughts that people had in the back of their minds. So it comes out whether they like it or not. And as a result, people that have stopped coping and in a way realized that it mattered are liking this looksmaxxing content. It's teaching them how to improve certain aspects of their presentation. And for that, you're seeing it on your phone. It becomes a trend because people like to meme it. It's a funny thing, guys starting to care about their looks and becoming, in a way, vain. That's the funny aspect to it. So yeah,
I think it's really cool when people like take something that is formerly like cringy, like feminine things like painting their nails that you would be looked down upon and called gay or whatever. Now it's like guys are just like openly doing it, like, yeah, fuck it, I rock this shit, And I feel like it's made its way into like the looksmaxxing community, and I think that's really dope. But real quick, we got to keep the lights on, so I'm going to take a moment to shout out the sponsor of today's video over at jamesallen.com. When I was planning to propose to my girlfriend, now fiance, I had no idea where to even begin as far as an engagement ring went, but then I thought, aha! James Allen, I've worked with them before, they're great. James Allen is one of the fastest growing online retailers of engagement rings, loose diamonds, and fine jewelry. Design and customize your dream ring with access to hundreds of settings and over 200,000 conflict-free diamonds, plus free engraving. For the ultimate visualization, you can try their virtual ring try-on. You just can see how it would look on your hand, and 360 HD diamond display technology, which shows you what each diamond looks like from every angle. It's the future, bro. So on a personal level, it was absolutely seamless working with them. We had multiple calls to make sure everything about the ring was going to be perfect. They wanted to make sure myself and Chloe were going to be absolutely 100% satisfied, and we definitely were. One of the reasons I decided to buy online is that it can be up to 50% cheaper than retail stores, and also buying online, you tend to have way bigger inventory, so just way more diamonds to choose from. So if you have a serious girlfriend and you're thinking about maybe popping the question soon, I definitely recommend screenshotting this right now and saving James Allen for when that time comes. Of course, they also have lab-grown diamonds, which allow you to maximize your budget by getting up to 30% more diamond for the same cost. They're chemically, structurally, and visually the exact same as natural diamonds. But guys, they're not just diamonds and rings. They also have a ton of other jewelry, necklaces, earrings. Here's a list of all the stuff that they have. And with all jewelry, you get the JA guarantee, which is lifetime warranty, free resizing up to 60 days, and engraving, and hassle-free return. 100%
100% money back within 30 days with the shipping on us within the USA. So I'll put the link to jamesallen.com down below. And remember guys, supporting the sponsor supports the channel. All right, back to the video.
So yeah, we call that attraction bias when life rewards you for being better looking. And you certainly have a crazy transformation. You're what, how old are you? 22, 23?
Yeah, I'm 22 right now. I turned 23 the end of this year, so there's that. But yeah, it's been a journey. Started at the age of 18. Now I'm 22, sorry. 20 was where it kind of peaked for me, when I kind of reached my max, I guess. Because other than that, it was just like, obviously there's ups and downs. So like people start having different issues, acne, whatnot. So I took care of that. But that's where I really that transformation peak where I had my photos put out on the internet and everything. It was definitely a journey, and there's definitely stagnant things that lay out to me, like the way people treat me, the way I perform on social media as well. It all kind of goes hand in hand. So definitely a lot to talk about from there. But I think it's interesting. Previous to that, the question that you were asking, it's almost as if looksmaxxing is in a way cringe, and I agree that there's that aspect to it. Me and you, we kind of carry that on our backs. When I'm out in public and things like that, I never talk about looks, never converse about it. I'm sure you don't with girls and guys that you're around with. That's the content we do. That's the niche that we're in.
Mm.
And if you're gonna be a looksmaxxer, if you're gonna watch this and take anything out of it, be effortless. Don't be a gym rat. And from that, go on talking about the angle of your jaw or the way your face looks to other people, and keep it to yourself. Unless you're doing the content that we're doing and serving help to other people, I would highly suggest you don't come off that way, because it's still frowned upon.
Out broadcasting it like, yeah, I'm obsessed with my jawline and I have this audience and we all are obsessed with our looks. Yeah, I get that. There's an Italian saying that I mention sometimes in my videos. It comes from this really old book called The Book of the Courtier by this author named Baldassare Castiglione. And the book is about how to be a gentleman in like ancient times. And he coined this term. It's called sprezzatura. And what that means is careful effortlessness. So it's just making like everything you do, your style, your aura, just like seem like it like just happened. So I feel like there's like the guys that stand out, like really stand out and blow up, get these massive audience and all this appeal. Like they just have that the sprezzatura, like the Vinny Hackers and the Noah Becks and whatever. So the people that make it seem like they tried too hard, or it was like this epic journey, Homer's Odyssey to achieve looks. It's like, you're probably not going to achieve close to that level of like attention or whatever it is you're seeking.
Yeah, you don't want to be doing that. If it wasn't for my content, people would never know that I was a looksmaxxer. I mean, yeah, the information is apparent, but they definitely think it was something subtle. You don't want to come off that way. I'm glad we're kind of putting that and we kind of agree on that, because yeah, with nowadays people making looksmaxxing being a trend, people think that it's actually like something you should push out there and make it your personality. But no, it's not like that at all. Speak for self-improvement. Yeah. Go ahead.
Agreed completely. So kind of touching on that, when people ask you, what do you do for work? What do you tell them?
I mean, it depends. If it's on like a document and form, I used to just put student. Now I just put self-employed, and then like I just write other or whatever. In person, people ask me what I do. I'm just like, yeah, I mean, I do e-commerce and social media, but I don't really get that question too often. Just assume, if they don't know me, they assume that I'm just a student or something. But
oh, really? I get that question all the time, whether it's Uber drivers or whatever the fuck. I just say, oh yeah, I make YouTube videos.
I just say student. Just say student. But yeah, no. When people really ask and they're really interested, you can tell someone's interested in knowing all the bullshit that you do in your life. And that's when I'll tell them, yeah, like I do social media, I post and I do this and that. I'm a promoter. Yeah, things like that.
Yeah. I don't know why.
I'm a looksmaxxer.
I'm a looksmaxxer, damn it. P.S. Oh, God.
We don't do that around you. No.
Yeah, I don't know why there's like something kind of cringe about saying I'm a YouTuber. Like, kind of like the term influencer is like, it's just not the most honorable job, I guess.
I think both of them are pretty, but like when you say YouTuber, it depends. Like if you're a YouTuber and you're popping with views, people know like you got the money.
Yeah.
But like if you say you're a YouTuber and you have a couple thousand subscribers, they will definitely look down on you, despite your potential growth and how big you could have become, they
Oh
will
my
look down
God.
on you for that. And yeah, it's not
Yeah.
the same. I mean, if I tell my doctor, it's becoming better, it's becoming more of a norm now. But even then, it's like they don't really see the money in it. And my friends are still kind of surprised that there's something to be made out of this. But of course, you have to provide value to get value in return, which is what this community is all about. So
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely. I feel like it wasn't until I had maybe like 500,000 subscribers where I could actually kind of like confidently tell people, yeah, like I do YouTube videos, because then they're gonna like pull you up and like check you out, oh, like watch your last fucking cringy video. You ever
yeah,
have that? You
no,
ever have like people you meet or whatever, they pull up your TikTok and they're like watching your TikToks in front of you?
yeah. No, it's happened a lot. Hasn't happened in a minute because, yeah, I mean, it's just random. This type of stuff happens randomly. Like you'll be out and about, thousands of people, no one will recognize you. You go through the
Yeah.
drive-through and you're not really doing it, and the person recognizes you. You know, it's that kind of thing. So
Yeah. Yeah.
very random.
Your views are probably like a million on average. So like there's nothing to be ashamed of there. I'd be like, hell yeah, check my shit out.
It's more so the content. Some people truly don't care about the views. And when they see the views, they don't also understand that there is something to be made from it. So they will dismiss it.
Mhm.
And even if they do, it's not like I don't have other things going on in my life. I'm sure you're doing other things as well. It's not just YouTube that makes who you are. It's not just TikTok that makes who I am. But they are definitely a part of what people see when they look up, when they look us up. So you have to embrace it. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Well, you've done you've grown an incredible audience in just 2 years or something. When did you actually start posting? You started looksmaxxing when you were 18, you said. When did you actually start posting and putting
I
yourself out there like that?
started posting on social media when I was 19.
Okay.
I was in I just finished high school, and I was just posting regular content. It was like really bad. I worked my way up to 300,000 followers after 2 years, and it was a lot of work. And it wasn't the greatest amount of following. It was just like majority girls, and it was just content of like relatability,
Mm-hmm.
talking about Arab and whatnot and Muslim. So it was
Mm.
pretty cool. But then I got banned, and this just happened randomly, no reason at all. Maybe it's because I was supporting Palestine. I don't know what was going on. But anyways,
Mm.
after that happened, I gave up. But then I was like, you know what? Let me give it another shot. And I did. I did the same thing I did in the previous account, made it to 170, 60,000 followers, the same content and everything. And then people realized that I looked different. And they were like, what changed? Like you don't look like before. And so I started making videos about it. And people were intrigued. And then I finally came out with a transformation video. And that transformation video was put on YouTube. Incel to Giga Chad. And it got about 300 to 400 million views on there. So
400
pretty
million
crazy.
views?
I think so. Or 400 or 40. I'm not sure. Something like that. It got as much as David Lade's transformation.
It was like a short, maybe?
A short. So it got as much as
Okay.
David Lade's, but that's like a short. So
Yeah, it's still fucked on though.
yeah, it did great. And then that pushed that self-improvement content. And then I
Mm.
kind of fell into the Sigma trend thing. So I put like Patrick Bateman. I called myself Syrianpsycho, and then it did well. And then from there, a year later, I had about 500,000, and then I hit 1 million very shortly afterwards. And now I'm at 1.7 right now. I don't know when you guys are seeing this video, but actually, I'm about to hit 1.7. So
1.7 on TikTok.
on TikTok, yeah. And then I have another account on TikTok as well that's about 230,000 followers. And then Instagram's also doing great because of Reels. So really, the idea is you want to put your eggs in multiple baskets, so you don't end up in the same situation that I was when I got banned with 300,000 with nothing to do. You want to have
you're shit out of luck.
Yeah, and that's why also I'm doing long-term things. So like I'm coming out with a skincare, hopefully if it works out. Yeah, that's a way to keep myself give myself longevity, other than just relying on views and social media. Of course, I am a student, it's a safety net, but still, you want to have more to it.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I want to keep going on this thread because super fascinating. Social media, I'm sure like a lot of people watching would love to create a brand for themselves and stuff. What's like a couple key factors in going viral and building an audience like that? Is it consistency? Is it certain algorithm buttons you can turn?
Understanding the viewer, knowing what a person's going to stay watching on a video, whether it be 2 milliseconds or 10 seconds, you have to know how to keep the eye entertained. Things going on the screen, flashiness with text that's easily readable, using the right sounds, the right niche, sticking to that niche. If you post a video and it performs, try doing the same thing you did in that video, and it will probably perform just as good.
Mm-hmm.
And always try to be in it. You have to be creative as well. It's honestly really, really hard. People can't do it. People can't do it. But once you
Dude.
figure it out, you have to be consistent. That's the problem. You have to also be consistent. Like a combination of so much into one creator. And people go, oh, I wish I was just good looking. I wish I was just like Vinny Hacker or like these other good looking people. And they think that that's the only reason why they're viral. No, 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 no. Vinny Hacker, whoever they are, all those dancers on Charlie D'Amelio, it's so strategic. You don't understand. When they take their phone, they don't just say, oh, let me record myself looking good. No, they know exactly what they're doing in that video. They know when to post, how to post, everything. Down to the freaking caption. Of course, you'll have times where I'm not really trying and they'll still perform, but I'm talking about what got their careers going.
Yeah.
And that's really what it is. It's not just the way you look.
Yeah, definitely. So it sounds like consistency is huge. How often do you post, or do you recommend posting?
I recommend, if you're starting social media, like 3 to 2 times a day. And when I say 3 to 2 times, they have to be high quality posts, not something you just take a video like while you're sitting on the toilet. No, it has to be, now I do once a day on my main account, and on my second account, I post a whole lot more. But it's also inconsistent with me because on my main account, I have to maintain a level of quality the way I wasn't before, because now that I have so many followers, I can't just post a video and accept 10,000 views. Because then it hurts my brand deals, it hurts the account's rep and the engagement activity, okay? TikTok tracks all of it. So the best way is, I would say, once you start getting 2 to posts a day and you get a huge following, make a second account where if the posts aren't as good to be posted on that one day of quality videos, you take that and you put it on your second account. And if it fails or if it performs, you're still winning, right? Because that's what I do. I post on my main account. If there's a video that I don't think is going to perform as good as my main account, I put it on my second account, and sometimes it performs well. Boom, you have an extra account that's with more followers on there. So, yeah, it's very complicated. Every niche is different too, Brett, and you know this, bro. Like YouTube's different, TikTok's different, Instagram is different. So I'm talking about TikTok, and I'm talking specifically about my niche. So
Awesome, man. That's great. That's great advice. So, kind of rewinding, what got you into looksmaxxing in the beginning, and what were some inspirations, and what was your motivation to do that?
So getting into
before the 2 million followers and billions of views.
Yeah. So looksmaxxing was done way before all of that. Doing my social media, like when I was 19, I was still posting and stuff. I was looksmaxxing, but it wasn't as severe as when I was 18. So I started, if you want to count looksmaxxing, I started the gym when I was 17, very late 17. So that's really when I started looksmaxxing, because looksmaxxing is about improving any aspect of your presentation, and that's the gym too, right? The way I looked, my body, and I thought the body was a whole lot more important than the face. I was delusional. This is what a lot of people that go to the gym kind of think, and it's fine because it pushes you to do better in the gym. But eventually you realize that, it's not all that. But still, I started looksmaxxing after I realized that I still couldn't pull with my body being the way it was. Of course, personality plays a role, but and this was during high school. And then I started looking at my skin. I got on Accutane, huge lifesaver. If you have acne and you're struggling with acne, definitely consider taking Accutane if nothing else is working for you, okay?
Did you have side effects from that at all?
Accutane is a drug that's going to basically inhibit your oil production, like in your body, this sebum that comes out of your skin. And it also affects your internal organs. So as a result, you're going to have dry skin, dry eyes, anything related to dryness, basically. And it varies depending on your dosage. I went really, really low on my dosage, and it was like 20 milligrams a day. And I sometimes do every other day. In the Middle East, you can take it like candy. It's like bonbon. But it works really, really well. But there's like a percentage of people that still get acne afterwards, and I happen to fall into that. So I'll take it every now and then. I'm on my third cycle actually right now on it. I say it like it's a steroid, but yeah, pretty much.
Well, it is. It's like 6 months on or 6 months off or something.
Yeah, there's some people that actually take it forever, and definitely it's called the Hollywood dose, which inspired me to take it for the third time actually.
Oh shit.
Do as you will with this information. I would say definitely go to a doctor before anything. And if you're in a country, you probably have to get it prescribed. But if you're in a third world country, you can get it right off the shelf.
Yeah. Well, you look like you have pretty good skin.
Well, yeah.
Still got a little. Yeah.
It's gone better, but I am having a bit of an outbreak because of Accutane. But it
Oh
gets
yeah.
better. You don't get the cysts in the inflammation as much anymore. You still get the red color, but that goes away with time. So I've been on it for about a month and a half, 2 months now. We'll see what happens. Hopefully it doesn't come back anymore, but if it does, Accutane's there. But yeah, it's got some bad rep, good rep.
Yeah. Well,
Severity to acne, yeah.
I hope that this is your final cycle of Accutane,
I hope
and
so
then you
too.
have the glorious skin of the gods. Because
Look at yours, bro. Yours is like clear as
yeah, it looks pretty good in this lighting. Not gonna lie. If you see me in person though, you see a little bit of
that's normal.
whatever
Yeah,
you
that's
call it.
normal.
But yeah, thank you, bro. Appreciate that. So that was your first step in looksmaxxing, was taking care of your
Second, I was
skin.
yeah,
Okay.
the gym, then the skin, and then the skin is a big part of it because I had inflammation in my face. My nose was inflamed, my skin on my face was inflamed, my jaw, like all this area was all inflamed with acne. So it distracts the eye. But once you get rid of that inflammation, that redness and all that pigmentation, it leaves more to your features to show. And the third thing I would say is time itself, being patient, because as you age, as men age, over time, and I'm sure this happened with you, Brett, when you're young, you have fat in your face, baby fat, and that dissipates over time. And if you're lucky genetically, it can happen to you from even the age of 18 till 20 till 22, and that's what happened with me. I lost baby fat, and I still have some. This is like a healthy amount, but like, yeah, this is the biggest change that also went in hand with my transformation. And hair, I think hair, apart from the face, actually improving your hair is a big, big step towards improving the way you look because hairs, I don't know if you guys know, but some people, they just can't rock no hair. And that's me. I can't have no hair. This saves me and it's going to save you too. So if you just get your hair down right, you never have to worry about it for the rest of your life. And that's just a plus, until you start balding, of course. So if you're losing hair or you don't have the right hairstyle, this is going to help you ascend. It's going to make you look a whole lot better.
Yeah, you do have amazing hair, and I want to get back into that. But yeah, going back to what you said about skin, I had some acne as well for like 7 years, bro, like 15 to 22, like nothing crazy, no cystic acne or anything like that, but it was moderate acne. And I was like, dude, is this ever going to go away? I actually tell this story sometimes. I was so desperate to get rid of it. I bought a cycle of Accutane off of Reddit from some guy. I paid him in Bitcoin, and I think I paid him like $80 of Bitcoin back in like 2015. So it would have been like 10 grand now or something, but whatever. So
Dude, you got ripped off. You got ripped off. A pack of my Accutane is literally $50, bro.
a pack of Accutane is $50. What
Like,
the
so
fuck?
30 pills is $50, bro.
Where the hell do you get this from your doctor or what?
Syria, bro.
Syria? Okay, I'll just hit up Syria. I'll hop on the next flight. No, but I actually got the in the mail.
Yeah,
Give me some. So I got the and I took one pill, and then I got nervous and paranoid, and because I had heard all the horror stories about people getting depressed and whatever the their acne getting even worse and not going away. So I took one pill and then I never took another one. But that's my Accutane story. But pretty much every person I know that's taken Accutane has like beautiful skin now. It really changes the chemical makeup of your skin from like the inside out, right? Like some people I know.
You're no longer producing sebum, and sebum is what fills up your pores and what causes the whiteheads, blackheads, and pimples.
Yeah.
So when you take care of that sebum, yeah, you're basically cutting out the cause of your acne, literally.
Yeah.
So people who are on really, really good skin, yeah.
Yeah. So I have a huge regret of not taking more pictures of when I had acne because I was so insecure that I would never take pictures or I would just delete it if like the acne was obvious. But now those pictures make for like the best transformation videos because
I would say even forget the transformation videos. I think everyone should document their journey, whether they're up or down.
Absolutely.
Because you're gonna want to look back and see your progress that you've made, and remind yourself that. I mean, I even look back at the pictures where I looked the best, and I was like, "Damn, I was sad during this time. Why was I sad?" I looked at.
Yeah.
So they're gonna help you both the good videos, the bad videos, the good pictures, the bad pictures. They're all gonna help you understand where you're at in the timeline of your journey. So I took those pictures, the bad ones of my acne, because of two things. One, I was like, I'm going to look back to this and I'm going to be like, this is where it all started. Or I'm going to look back and say, I've improved and I had hope. I knew I was going to improve. So definitely something that helps. So yeah, doc as much as you can, you guys.
Well, I'm glad you did take those because I'm sure you've helped a lot of people, giving them hope and They're probably out there
Yeah.
being proactive and, you know, changing
I
their,
got so many
their appearance
messages
because
every
of it.
day. People in my messages always telling me, thank you for posting about your transformation, all this stuff. And I'm so glad because they give me a purpose. It's a beautiful thing. So definitely take
Yeah.
pictures because maybe you one day will be influencing other people, but at the same time, it's for yourself. So these
Yeah.
pictures they're benefiting other people, but they're also benefiting me.
Yeah, man. That's epic. So jumping back forward to your hair. You have great hair, bro. How do you, I wish I had like that, like wispy
Bro, what are you
hair.
saying? You're literally the same exact hair.
Dude, it really, I'm not gonna cap. It looks really good right now, but like it's quite stiff. Like it doesn't look, it's not that like free and like flowy as yours. Like yours is like majestic. Mine is kind of like Lego hair. If you saw it in real life, like it doesn't move much. It's like it's very
Yours is
thick.
definitely yours is definitely what I'd be going for, like when I'm doing my hair. But my hair is very fine. I have very, very fine hair, and so you want to do what works best for your hair type.
Yeah.
If you have very fine hair, you have to use a style that suits this. So mine's a messy middle part. Yours is a bit more thicker, so you go with a middle part, not a messy one.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone's different, and you want to go with something that suits your face, but also works with your hair type. Something that you can consistently keep doing. You want to be able to consistently keep doing it because it's gonna take you a blow dryer and heating and I don't know what 15 minutes of your day just to style your hair in a way that suits your face. It's not the one that you need. You want something that you can wake up and get out of the bed and just get going. So that's what I settled with. I'm sure with you've gotten it down too. Maybe you have a routine for your hair, but the hair type that you have is suitable for your middle part. So
Yeah. Well, I actually prefer my hair with its natural oils in it. So I don't wash my hair for like a week and a half sometimes because I wanted to, produce its natural oils. They're there for a reason. They protect the hair follicles and all that. So yeah, I'll just do that. And I'll comb it with a brush and then it kind of just falls into place and then dries like this. But yeah, man, what's your kind of like speed run your hair care routine?
yeah, so if you guys want to improve your hair, you're gonna have to first off invest in shampoo that's good. Get yourself. I use a specific shampoo. It's in my product section. It's called Volue by Davines. Davines. Volue, and then I use the conditioner that goes with it. It's like this yellowish conditioner, but essentially it's a very, very good product. It's salon premium product, and you don't want to keep using it when you're showering. So the way you wait 1 week and a half, I do the same thing, but I wait like every other session. I'll use shampoo for my hair. When you're on acne, you have less oil on your scalp, so you can get away with just showering once with shampoo every 3 sessions.
Mm-hmm.
You obviously want to be wetting it with water too, so you don't want to just leave it, but because of the smell and everything. But still, figure out your oil patterns. Like when your scalp is oily, when it isn't oily. This will help you, one, get your hair flowing nice, and two, getting rid of that dandruff. Because people have dandruff because they over shampoo or don't shampoo enough. Figure it out, experiment, and this is before even considering styling your hair. So it does help, though. Yeah.
And then you don't even really use product; you just use oil, right? Like Olaplex or something.
Yeah, I have some Olaplex oils. Products are really only used for regrowth if I need to, minoxidil and whatnot. But so far, I'm not really using anything. The only thing I'll use is if, let's say, I shower that day and I have a special occasion that so happens to be on that day, I'll put some clay in my hands and run it through, and I'll try to mimic what that natural oil does for my hair the way it does for you.
For sure.
I'll hair, just throughout the whole hair, not too much, just a little bit, just to kind of mimic it. But I don't like having product in my hair because it gets all sticky, gets all over the hands, and
feels clumpy, kind of. Yeah,
it's clumpy, and I don't know, man. It's just not for me.
No, I feel you. I totally feel you. Yeah. What about your skin? You have like a go-to moisturizer?
I have a whole routine.
What's that?
Whole routine.
You got a whole routine.
I cover it very well, but it changes like any other routine depending on what you're dealing with. Right now I'm dealing with the side effects of Accutane, so now I'm really focused on locking in moisture for my skin. And then when I'm not, I don't really focus on that. Rather, if I'm preventing acne, there's salicylic acid, active ingredients, very, very important. Now I've been experimenting with, I was doing a lot of retinol. Now I'm doing retinol, but not as much as niacinamide. Very great for dark spots on the face.
Okay, and for those of you wondering, retinol is more for the fine lines and wrinkles. Niacin is for dark spots, you said?
Dark spots, just evening out your tones. And then I also use it on my under eyes with a caffeinated serum. You can get one from The Ordinary. Pretty good.
Cool. Hell yeah, man.
Yeah.
Nice. So you've made...
For your skin. Your skin is clearer than mine, and I'm talking.
Yeah, really nothing crazy.
Just water.
Just water. No, honestly, for the longest time, I would just put on like aloe vera gel. Like after the shower dry off, put some aloe
Oh,
vera gel because it
you're
like
blessed,
felt.
bro.
What's that?
You're blessed, bro.
It wasn't always this way, man. And I promise you, like even in person, like it looks great right now in this lighting and all that. But like I got like freckles and shit, and you'd see in real life, it's not perfect. But yeah, I used to just for the longest time do aloe vera gel, and then I found out like that's really yeah, it might like feel good and kind of soothe your skin a little bit, but you need to have SPF. So I'll kind of cycle between different products. I was using SkinCeuticals, I think, their moisturizer with SPF in it, but I ran out of that shit, so I'm just using Teach Hanley lately. They have like their basic morning moisturizer, which has 20 SPF in it. SPF is super important because the sun is like trying to RKO your skin every day. So you gotta fight that shit off. But yeah, that's pretty much it, man. I should be doing more. Oh, I have a retinol stick I use every once in a while. That's from Teach Hanley as well. I just like it's kind of cool. Looks like a deodorant stick. I just rub it on my face. But that's pretty much it, man.
No, that's a everyone, like I said, everyone's routine's different. I could see myself actually using some of these things that you mentioned, but SPF is definitely one of the greatest things. People don't care about SPF because it's like, oh, I'm not old, so I don't know. You will start to care. So
Yeah, it's very important. Once you start getting my age, man, you start. I literally have like a little age spot right here. I'm like, what the fuck?
how old are you?
I'm 28.
Okay, yeah. I mean, dude, you're still young, but damn, yeah. It flies. The time flies. People don't understand this. Like I feel like I'm 19 right now, but
Dude, it's crazy. I literally feel like I'm like 22. I feel better than I ever have, really. And I'm like damn near 30. Like,
and then next thing you know, you're 40, 50, and you're in a retirement home talking about looksmaxxing, you know.
what, right? Well, if it makes you feel better, this made me feel better. Brad Pitt in Fight Club, stud, he was 35 there.
Oh,
So,
wow.
like, we got time. We got a long time.
Yeah.
We'll be looking pretty for a while. So I'm not sure.
Yeah, I'm just waiting until it's Patrick Bateman time because Patrick Bateman's like 27 in his. So
Is he really? Oh, fuck.
yeah,
God damn, I'm older than him. That's psycho.
yeah. You don't have to worry about that. That's my thing. So
All right, cool. Yeah, I'll let you have that. I'll let you have that. But you've made leaps and bounds in your looks and obviously in your career, all this. What have been some of your biggest bottlenecks over the past couple of years? So sometimes people don't know what that means. It's like a business term, meaning like your biggest challenge, something that you're just like having trouble breaking through, whether it's, looksmaxxing wise, something that, maybe, I don't know, some challenge for you, or whether it's in business or
I think
mental health. It could be anything.
yeah, I feel like we can save business related things for later. I would say the main thing would be definitely mental health a little bit. Like understanding that being alone isn't the same as being lonely, and that you can definitely see yourself pushing through that and seeing the benefits of actually giving yourself that time where you're kind of disconnected from everyone else. That's just one thing related to mental health. There's a whole lot more I can say about that, but I would say people are more related to stay in the topic of looksmaxxing. Definitely style. Like I've been going back and forth between that baggy e-boy look to Starboy and then to more like old money. So I kept going back and forth and, having a wardrobe costs. So I could never just invest as much as I want into something because I'm still experimenting. So that's one thing you guys don't have to worry about too, because I'm going through it. And maybe like the complexion of my skin, apart from acne, we already spoke about my struggle with acne. I'm pretty pale and I've tried to tan and it works. But it's so hard because you have to go out and consistently do it. And I am Arab, so you're expecting me to kind of be able to tan, but still, it is hard. And there's definitely options out there for me to tan, like self-tanners, Milano Tan 2, all these weird things that I can actually follow to achieve this better skin. But it's just a weakness of mine. So if you're pale out there, just know that I feel like it's funny. People that have tan skin want pale skin. People that have pale skin want tan. So you just want what you can't get.
Dude,
So,
that's so true. Like my girlfriend's like self-tanning every day. I'm like, you're good. But I get comments every day. How do I make my skin lighter? How do I make my skin lighter? I'm like, I feel like that is a slippery slope. Do you really want to have to commit to detoning your skin like week in and week out? Like I'd say
no.
maximize the tone that you have.
Yeah, there's definitely methods that you can do to kind of like make your skin. I wouldn't say it's the tone of your skin, it's the vibrancy, it's what's going on your skin. That's more important.
Yeah,
The color,
I agree with that for sure.
definitely cool. You want a color match too. Like, of course, I want more of like a darker complexion because of the style that I'm going for. This summery, old money kind of look, and it's summer right now. But in the winter, I'm more for pale because it matches more of the kind of darker aesthetic side. So
Mm,
it depends on what's going on with yourself. Do you
mhm.
have really light hair? Like I'm gonna have like lighter hair, so I would say darker complexion would suit me. But if you have dark hair, do you want to have a darker? All depends.
Right, right. Yeah, I just want to be tan so I look more shredded. That's it.
Yeah, there's some people that do it for bodybuilding. That's why you see them all orange and stuff. So
Do
yeah,
you?
man.
So you mentioned melanotan. That's like a peptide that some guys are. It's like a very new thing. It's a peptide that makes you much more tan, kind of from the inside out. Like I think you either like put it under your tongue or something, or you can inject it maybe.
Yeah.
Um,
So it's this injectable. Pretty much, there's a lot to it. There's a lot of research that's gone into it, but it's not substantiated. And people say that it causes skin cancer. People say that it doesn't actually cause it and it prevents it. The real issue with it is you are injecting yourself with a chemical peptide, and some people take it actually up the nose, and it basically off your skin, right? But it comes with some side effects, like for instance, a bit of nausea when you do it. Your libido goes up, which means you just get more horny. And I mean, that doesn't sound like a bad thing. But the third thing is darker moles and the appearance of moles, which can actually be scary
mm,
because you have one that's on here and it's not really showing, and then you have a big mole here.
mhm.
So definitely not
Yeah.
something to mess around with. Yeah,
So I would consider that like a hard maxing
definitely. No, definitely. Yeah.
method.
This is hard maxing.
Yeah. Like what's some other hard maxing methods? And would you do any of these? Like maybe
So,
TRT?
so
Um,
if you guys don't know what hard maxing is, it's like there's soft maxing and then there's hard maxing. And hard maxing is going under the knife, going about improving the way you look in an unnatural way. So this can be steroids, this can be surgeries, this can be limb lengthening, this can be anything that's just
mhm.
like playing with your actual biology and changing the way you look permanently, especially.
Mhm. Yep.
So
Higher
soft
risk,
maxing.
higher reward though.
Soft maxing you could argue that fillers are under soft maxing, Accutane under soft maxing, things like that. But then as soon as it has a high risk or very, very high price and it's permanent, that's when you're talking about hard maxing. And I would say with melanotan is definitely hard maxing, I would say.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd agree with that. Yeah, there's a lot of these
Years ago.
peptides and research chemicals popping up these days.
Steroids,
I'm gonna wait for a few more years for some more research and stuff to come out because
for decades, they say that the research is there, but it's just like,
was it?
yeah.
Oh, it hasn't been out that long. I didn't know that, but
I
that's
don't know.
interesting. Yeah.
Other than that, I would say hard maxing, like you can consider hard maxing for sure. I'm not against it, but I'm not going to promote it.
Yeah.
So
We're not medical practitioners, by the way. We're just two guys that
yeah,
make videos. So don't, do your own research before you
getting
go.
the stuff out of the way. But no one,
Yeah.
no one really sits down and goes about it the right way. The majority of people, there's only that 1%, that 5% that really know what they're doing.
Right.
If you're gonna get a nose job, make sure that your nose is so messed up that the after result, even though it's botched, is gonna look better.
That's what I say.
Okay.
Yep. Only in the most extreme circumstances should you, dude, that's like in the middle of your face.
Yeah.
There's not really any going back after that. I mean, you can get revisions and shit, but
Yeah, if you're gonna
yeah.
do like a nose job and you really know what you want, it's a very tiny bump. Go to someone that you can actually like, someone that costs, someone that's
Mhm.
up, someone who has experience with this sort of thing. You don't just cheap out on your face.
Yep.
A lot of things people will regret. So
Absolutely.
definitely, waxing is something that needs an extra eye for, an extra brain, like just the brain power for it. So this is why I don't promote it. But I'll definitely be covering more of it in the future for people that are really, really interested because I've done my research and I've even considered it myself.
What would you consider? What have you considered? This is not advice to go do it, Josh.
Definitely a rhinoplasty when I was younger. It's very common in the Middle East. I have like a Middle Eastern nose, a little bump there, but I was 18, 17, so my face hasn't grown into that nose yet. And thankfully I didn't do it.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think you need it.
Yeah, my nose kind of suits my face, but back then you could look and be like, okay, maybe. But yeah, you gotta wait until you kind of reach your maximum potential before even considering. So make sure you're soft maxing before you're even considering hard maxing, right?
For sure. Yep. I've done one hard maxing method.
Hair transplant.
It's the hairline, baby.
I wouldn't say that's hard maxing even.
You don't think so? I mean, it is
Hard
it's an
maxing?
it's an invasive procedure, kind
Yes.
of.
So it is hard maxing, but it's like it's very much acceptable. If you go tell someone that you got a cheekbone implant
Yeah.
versus if you go tell, so yeah, technically it is hard maxing, but it's definitely a reflection of your health and where you're at in terms of age. So like it's similar to Botox, I would say. Like when you're really a lot older. And
Yeah. Right.
It's more acceptable. It's more acceptable.
Yeah, I hear you. So I think that's about the extent that I would go. Maybe when I'm damn near 30. Here maybe in a few years, once my testosterone starts coming down a little bit, I might hop on some.
I understand hard maxing with filler and all that stuff and going into that kind of area and hair transplants when you get older for sure. You're maintaining your youth. A bit different there. It's more acceptable. When you're younger, you have a bigger risk. When you're older, it's like you're already kind of old. If you look botched, it's not as bad. When you're young and you look botched, that's where you've lost a huge opportunity. It's an opportunity cost in the way you look. So
yeah, don't go fucking around with your body willy-nilly unless, I get it if you got like a crazy nose or like or like a, no chin or whatever.
Unless people are referring to you as the guy who has that one feature or the guy who has a big nose or the guy who's short, then you can consider hard maxing. But when no one picks at you for these things, really it's on your head. Yeah. And if it bothers you so much, consider it, but make sure you go about it the right way. Okay, go to people that actually know what they're talking about.
Exactly. I want to make a YouTube video or maybe like a YouTube series where I get like a volunteer who's like, let's do it. Let's like give me a makeover, like a hard maxing makeover, and I'll get him like a chin implant. I'll get him like buccal fat removal.
I've done before and afters of people, but I do it in a natural way, kind of. But like, maybe in the future I'll do like hard maxing before and afters. But like that's like, it's red territory for social media platforms. They don't want us pushing this onto people as well. So if you post, like, if I start posting about surgeries, I promise you, I will lose everything. Like I will.
You think
no more brand deals. Yeah, no more brand deals, no more TikTok views, all this stuff, especially with the kids that are watching my videos. So that's something that I can't do. But maybe in the future, like in the future, I can get into it. But
yeah, I mean, if it's done in the right way, I'm sure you could. I mean, there's definitely huge. Well, TikTok might be a little different, but there's definitely huge YouTube channels who cover all this type of shit, like Vice and Vox and whatever. But yeah, that's something I think would be kind of cool. Just like create a Giga Chad from scratch.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, cool, man. Let me think. I got a couple more questions for you. Who's the best looking guy of all time?
So is it my personal opinion? Because it can't be everyone's. Like I can't just say this person's the best looking and everyone has to agree. No. So this is my personal opinion. I would say Jensen Ackles. I don't know if you know who that is.
I don't know who that is.
Jensen Ackles, especially when he was younger. I don't really like look up to him and I don't really like look at his stuff. I just remember seeing him when I was younger. Do you know Soldier Boy?
Oh, it's him.
Yeah, you're gonna see this. Yeah, that's him when he was younger.
Wow, yeah, that's a good looking dude. Oh yeah. Yeah, he's a stud for sure. Yeah, he's a good looking dude.
What about you, bro? Best looking.
Bro, we're in the business. This is what we do.
This is the first time I ever mentioned Jensen Ackles. Like actually, like
no, he's a good looking dude for sure. I would say
like Jordan Barrett, Sean O'Brien. I think that they're good looking, but they're not.
No, dude. I think
they're more model-esque, but they're not.
They're good looking, but I think Henry Cavill face.
Oh yeah, he's great, yeah.
But body, this is okay. There's this the model.
Jeff Side.
Not Jeff Side.
He was younger when he was really young. In my opinion.
He had a crazy physique, but I think this dude Trevor Signorino, I think has the craziest physique.
Oh shit! Yeah, you can see his frame, bro.
Like it's like perfect proportions, like tiny waist, wide shoulders, like not overly built. And also, I was trying to find the picture with his calves in it, but his calves are like fucking Coke bottles too. So I think here you can kind of see it there, but
Yeah, a little bit.
Like his calves are jacked too. But I think like his physique with Henry Cavill's face would be like, and then blonde would be the ultimate.
Oh, but
ultimate stud.
that's not the question's answer though. You're building Build-A-Bear. He's fucking.
Fuck. Oh man.
It's okay. We'll just go with Henry Cavill.
I will go with Henry Cavill.
Not the physique. But yeah, I
Yeah.
think that wraps up, right?
What's up?
That's a good send off. A little bit of zestiness at the end of this
Well,
video.
I actually have one more rapid fire for you.
Oh, sure. Go ahead, man.
This is a this or that. Okay. So I'm gonna name two things. You get to pick one. Ready?
Yeah.
Jawline or hunter eyes?
Jawline.
Alpha versus Sigma?
Alpha.
Height or physique?
Height.
Chico or Jordan?
It depends on what the way they look or
Yeah, pick one. Overall. Chico? All right. Mewing or edging?
edging.
Edging. All right. Ooh, that's it. Good job.
Awesome, bro. I'm
That
glad
was
there weren't
it.
anymore. Honestly, I was shaking, bro.
You're shaking. I had you nervous over there.
The last
Well-
question, bro. Holy shit.
It's the age-old question, you know. But I'm glad we got that answer out of you.
Yeah, bro.
I think you picked right.
Yeah. It was honestly a good talk between me and you, and I think people are definitely gonna want to see more. So we can definitely do another one in person. That'd be very interesting to see. And we could talk more about the mindset stuff, the social media stuff, a bit more business side of things, and dive into just we spoke about improving the way we look. Now we can talk more about the mind. So
Yeah. I think this was really good.
Yeah.
I think we touched on some epic stuff. So thanks again for hopping on, man, and taking the time. Appreciate that shit. For real.
Thank you, man.